everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about how to start a bullet journal. And in this video, I will talk about what is a bullet journal, the supplies you can use, and what to write in your bullet journal. And all of these are just based on my personal preferences and you do not need to follow them completely. So first, what is a bullet journal? A bullet journal is a system that is developed by designer rightful, and it can be used as a planner, a tracker, or even a place for you to express your creativity. And the reason why I love bullet journaling is that it helps me to be so much more organized and productive. So to start bullet journaling, all you need to have is a notebook and a pen. And for beginners, I would recommend you guys to start with a cheaper notebook or the ones with pre-printed pages. And once you're familiar with the system and decided that you want to continue bullet journaling, then you can just go ahead with the more expensive ones. And for the pens, you can just use any pens that you have. Actually, you do not need to have a lot of fancy stationeries to start bullet journaling. But if you really want to get creative with your bullet journal, then you can just play around with brush pens, colored markers, a pigma micron pen for doodles, finer brush pens, or even a white gel pen. And besides that, you can also play around with stickers or even some washi tapes, just anything that you like to add in your bullet journal. So the first thing to do when you open your bullet journal is to just write down your name. And for this bullet journal of mine, I decided to use wooden stamps instead of using a brush pen to write down my name because I think it looks so much more cuter and it kind of has that analog vibe to it. Now after you have written down your name, the next page will be your key. The key is a list of different symbols and what they stand for. For me, I like to use a circle for my task, and when I completed my task, I would just fill it in. And if it's a circle with an arrow to the right, it means that the task is migrated. And if the task is cancelled, I would just draw a straight line over the circle. And I also use a lot of different symbols like a triangle for events, a square for YouTube, a dash for notes, and this little star that stands for important, and lastly a little clock for deadline. And a little reminder is that you do not need to follow the symbols that I use because these are the symbols that I feel the most comfortable with. And it might not suit you, but you can just try out different kinds of symbols and find the ones that suits you the most. The next page will be your index. The index is a table of contents where you write down the title of your spreads with the page number. And the good thing of the index is that if you want to refer to a certain spread in the future, you can just refer to the index and go to that page number. And now we're done with the key and index, let's move on to the future log. For my future log, I decided to do it vertically, and as you can see here, I'm dividing the pages into 6 columns. To calculate the spacing of the columns, you can just count the number of spacing in one page and divide it by 3. And once again, I'm using my cute little wooden stamps for the months, and this time I'm being extremely careful with the abbreviations because I really don't want to mess it up, and I know it can be really frustrating when you mess up the first few pages of a new bullet journal. But remember, don't be too serious with the mistakes and take it as a learning process. And yeah, back to my future log. So the upper part starts from January to June and the lower part starts from July to December. And now all you have to do is just fill it in with the days and the dates. So the future log is used to keep all future events in one place. Anything that occurs in the future like birthdays, holidays, or meetings goes into the future log. And the next page that you can do is a goals page. And I'm using my favorite tombow fudenosuke pen to create the title. And I'm using my tombow dual brush pens to create a watercolor effect, although it doesn't seem anything like watercolor, but I still like the overall layout. So a goals page is a page where you write down the things that you want to achieve in terms of health, academic, social, and personal. And here I'm doing some cute little doodles to spice things up. And for me, I think having a goals page really encourages me to work harder to achieve my goals in the future. And now for the next page is a bucket list. A bucket list is a list of things that you want to experience in life or dreams that you want to fulfill. And it's a little bit different with goals because a goals list has a deadline, whereas a bucket list does not have a deadline. What do I mean by that is, like, for example, my goals is to get good grades this year. And maybe for my bucket list, I would say I want to travel to Korea, but I don't think we'll be traveling anytime sooner. So the idea of traveling to Korea will be in my bucket list, and this dream can be fulfilled in the next few years. Now, the next page that I did was a self-care page. For me, I find this spread very useful because it helps me to monitor my emotional well-being. And I remember some of you guys asking me like, how do I use this self-care page? And what do I write in this page? So basically what I do is just write down the things that I enjoy doing, which helps me to improve my physical health and mental health. Like in terms of body, I can write eat more fruits and veggies, or just take a walk in the park. So basically this page just acts as a self-care reminder. And the page next to it is a gratitude log. A gratitude log is an ongoing list of things that you are thankful and grateful for. And for this spread, I try to make it as simple as possible by using my Tombow dual brush pens to make the lines, and in this line I will write down the things that I'm grateful for, and I really think this spread really helps me to be more focused on the positive things in my life. Flipping over to the next page is my YouTube video ideas, where I write down the types of video content that I want to make. And I really love using this spread, and I think I might include it in all of my monthly setups due to my overflowing ideas at the moment. But still, I would like to hear from you guys, so just leave a comment in the comment section below on what types of videos that you want to watch, and I'll try my best to create them. The next page here is a things to check out page, and I always see Amanda Richley using this spread in her bullet journal, so I really wanted to try it out. And I divided mine into 3 sections, which is for films, songs, and books. And I have a lot of Korean dramas that I really want to catch up, but I'm having my finals in the next 2 weeks, so I don't think I'll be watching them, so I'll just be writing them in this page. And yeah, I really love how the drop shadow look right here. It kind of makes everything pop, and the little doodles look very cute as well. And after all these fun collections, you can use the rest of your bullet journal for your monthly setup. You can choose different themes for each month and set up your trackers, such as a mood tracker, a habit tracker, and then you can set up your weekly spreads. And before I end this video, I would like to say that it's never too late to start your bullet journal. You can start your bullet journal whenever you like, because it's not like you can only start bullet journaling at the beginning of a new year. And I also want to remind you guys to not compare your bullet journal with others, because yours is unique in your own way, and you do not need to be embarrassed if your bullet journal is not that aesthetic. It's your bullet journal. Do whatever you want with it and be happy with it. I wish you guys all the best in your bullet journal journey, and I hope this video is helpful, and thank you for watching.